They want us to feel constrained, confined, and downright uncomfortable. They put us in a room with a glass ceiling. We can see male privilege. It is right in front, or should I say, above us. Yet when we scream and beat at the glass with all our might, in some fields it remains unscathed. We can feel the imposition of their superiority. We are outraged at the wage gap and our objectification in the media. Yet however much we continue to kick and scream, attempting to obliterate the glass, it is welded together with years of victim blaming, centuries of patriarchy, and a lifetime of habit. But what if we, both men and women, united on a scale so large that we couldn't be ignored? Would we be able to smash the ceiling to smithereens? What would New Zealand look like? With the eyes of a self-proclaimed idealist, I see a world of genuine equality, where we recognise that gender equality is not only our female right, but a human right. Because both men and women are hindered by the status quo. Imagine a world where both young boys and girls are taught that voicing our opinions with passion does not mean that we're bossy, but we're showing grit and leadership potential. A nation and world where half of our governments are made up of women, as opposed to the current 22%, taught that you can be a rugby player, housewife or CEO and still be regarded as a strong woman. A place where a close friend of mine does not break down whilst telling me about one late night walking home after touch training, blaming herself because she was wearing short shorts and should have called up her parents to pick her up. A place where I don't have to sit her down and tell her that despite what society tries to make us believe, it was not her fault. We, and especially those who are supposed to be enforcing justice, need to learn that the question, "What were you wearing?" is never acceptable. I hope to live in a world where a man can stay at home and look after his children and not be emasculated, a world where men are not told to man up because there are no emotional prerequisites for being a man, and gender is not something you should have to earn, and equality should be a right for all. But to imagine is easy, because we are fully aware by living in this room through the glass we can see the injustices happening to us daily. However, the question is how? How can we inch closer to equality? I think we need to value the self, to unlearn the stereotypes ingrained in our society, to learn to judge others based solely on who they are as people. To open ourselves up to change may be uncomfortable. We will need to defy the habits of the past, and it is going to take time, but if we each commit to the equality that begins in the mind, we could take so many steps closer. What we next need to think about are the messages that we send out, both verbally and via social media. Language matters. Our voice is an example of what we value. Jokes that belittle others based on gender, race, or any form of non-conformity are not okay, and saying, "I was just kidding," just proves that you are a product of a society that puts people down based on differences. We need to cultivate more female leadership. Companies that have been shown to have more women in power have been shown to outperform the competition by at least a third. We need to encourage more programs that have more integration of female leadership into fields that seemingly seem out of reach. And in turn, we will not only diversify, but improve both our economy and tolerance. I hope one day to live in a nation and a world of equality that has been achieved by changing our mindsets, our thought habits, obliterating stigma, developing more strong females in our community, and with this, creating a weapon where both men and women can hold on and finally smash the glass ceiling.